Hello friends! So we're on day 4 today, I can't believe it. And today we're going to be focusing on back bends, so looking at increasing our back flexibility. We've got to be really careful when it comes to back bending because obviously it's a very important area of the body. You don't want to push yourself too far at all, so please during this flow only go as far as you feel comfortable. Don't allow yourself to push yourself beyond your limits. Please respect where you are and embrace that and love it. Quick tip as we enter into this flow. A key thing to remember through all of the back bends that you engage in is keep your buttocks engaged. So keep your glutes and your bum engaged through every back bend. This is how you protect your spine, particularly the lower back. So make sure that you're really focusing on that every time we do a back bend. Perfect, so we'll begin. So coming to our comfortable seated position as always, whatever that feels like for you today, it may be different from the other days. Grounding down through the seating bones, going tall through the spine, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, taking a few moments again to reconnect with the breath, giving the mind a chance to catch up with the body in the room. Breathing deeply, using this time for yourself to recenter, tuning back into what is most important to you, releasing anything that is no longer serving you, anything you're carrying with you that is not your weight to take forwards. Actively releasing and relaxing each muscle, clearing your mind, just allowing yourself to enjoy this time that you've taken. No distractions, no thoughts or worries, simply you and your breath in this moment. Last few breaths here. Taking note of any particular sensations in the body today. Noticing the way you've been feeling. Deepening your connection with yourself with each inhale and exhale. On our next inhale now, turning the head to the right, looking over the shoulder, holding the breath. And as we exhale, coming back to center, inhaling to the left. Exhaling when you're ready. Completing this one more time. Inhaling to turn. Holding and exhaling when you're ready to. Coming to the left for the final time. And gently making your way back to center. Taking a deep inhale. And exhaling down into our side neck stretch, tilting that chin slightly, drawing the shoulder blades down, strong core, spine flat and lengthened. Breathing into this. And coming back to center, taking another inhale and exhaling down to the left hand side. Last breath here. And gently coming down, chin to chest on your next exhale. Option to bring the hands to the back of the head, tuning into your body, really taking your time here, warming up the neck. Gently releasing the hands and coming to our semicircles through the neck once again. Breathing deeply. Taking your time here, feeling each muscle, each part of the body really beginning to activate, warming up this essential part of the spine, ready for our back bends. And slowly coming up to center as we inhale, the shoulders coming up and coming to our large circles backwards, honing in again on isolating the shoulders, keeping the rest of the body still, working out any tension or tightness here before changing direction. And slowly coming to the final one, wriggling the upper body. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, right hand drawing down, reaching over, finding our side stretch. Hopefully finding this a lot more comfortable a few days in now. Keeping the core engaged, seeing if we can reach even further. Connecting to this line of energy. Still breathing down into the stomach as you find each pose becoming more comfortable, really focusing on deepening that breath. Last one. Inhale, drawing up, dropping the left, reaching with the right. Relaxing into this. Last 2 breaths. And slowly exhale, drawing forwards, finding our forward fold. Reaching through, drawing down through the armpits, lengthening through the spine. Forehead up, deep breaths. With each exhale, wriggling slightly further, keeping the buttocks on the floor. Last 2 breaths. And slowly rounding up. Wriggling the upper body, having a gentle release before coming up onto the hands and knees. Our flow today is going to be primarily floor-based, so enjoying that for what it is today as well. So bringing wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, coming to our cat-cows as we inhale, rounding the spine, tailbone tucked, chin to chest, finding our cat pose, really grounding through the palms and the backs of the toes. Before exhale, dropping the stomach, lifting the gaze and the tailbone, finding cow. Inhaling to round and just flowing through these for a few breaths, letting your breath guide you. Inhaling to round, exhale, drawing down. Feeling the muscles in the spine beginning to wake up and engage, preparing us. And gently wriggling to neutralize. As we walk the hands forwards now, knees coming back, drawing ourselves down onto the stomach, coming to our cobra pose. This is quite a deep back bend. If you'd rather come into Sphinx, like day one, bringing the elbows under shoulders, grounding down through the palms and drawing up, finding our Sphinx pose, squeezing the shoulder blades together. Or if you're happy to come into cobra, hands under shoulders, Squeezing the feet together as we inhale, drawing up, finding your cobra pose, allowing the feet to draw out. Shoulders drawing down, squeezing the shoulder blades, buttocks engaged wherever you are. And really pushing down through the palms. You can tilt the chin towards the ceiling if you'd like to. Still breathing. Slowly beginning to lower, keeping the elbows close, using the upper body strength to draw you down. Inhale, drawing back onto the knees, finding a child's pose. You can take a wide-legged child's pose if you prefer, or keep the knees together. Whatever works best for you, just again, allowing any movements through the hips or the spine that feel good for you. Just relaxing into this, easing the body into our flow today. Tuning into the breath. And slowly coming back forwards, rocking through again, bringing the stomach down to the floor. We're going to come to our bow pose today. So again, another back bend, being sure to keep the buttocks engaged. There are a few variations here. So beginning just by bringing one side of the face to the floor as you prefer, hands down either side. And we're just going to start by bending the right knee, bringing the heel as close to the buttocks as possible. When we're ready, we can begin to bend the left as well. Focusing here on pushing through the pelvis and drawing the heels towards the ceiling. So this is the first step. If we'd like to, we can take hold of the feet with the hands. Again, you may not be able to grab hold of both feet. If you can take hold of one, that's absolutely fine. Or if not, just again, staying in that first position, wherever you are most comfortable, listening to your body. If we are taking hold and would like to draw up into bow pose, as we inhale, slowly beginning to rise, lifting the hands and feet towards the ceiling. Keeping the buttocks engaged, not worrying about the height of the knees, staying really low to begin with, easing the body into this. It doesn't matter what this pose looks like for you today. Simply tuning into the body, to the breath, and going as far as you feel comfortable. 2 more breaths here. And slowly drawing down. Again, grounding down, drawing up. This time bringing the knees together. And we're going to come to our rock pose to counter that back bend. So beginning by bringing the crown of the head or the forehead onto the floor as close to the knees as possible. Taking hold of the feet. And then as and when you're ready, slowly beginning to lift the buttocks away from the heels. Feeling this counter pose through the spine and the shoulders in particular. Still breathing. And slowly coming back to center, coming up onto all fours, allowing a gentle wriggle as we neutralize back in this position. If you'd like to take a cat-cow, feeling free to do so, just releasing the muscles down the spine. Coming now to our camel pose. Again, we want to make sure here that the knees are about hip distance apart, feet are in line with the knees. As we inhale, drawing up, reaching the arms above the head, hands coming down with the exhale onto the lower back. A few variations again with this one, so going wherever you're most comfortable. Beginning to engage the buttocks, pushing the pelvis forwards. As we exhale, slowly drawing backwards, keeping the hands on the lower back to support, buttocks engaged, squeezing the shoulder blades backwards, opening the heart center, either letting the head draw backwards completely or keeping the chin to the chest. Staying here as far as you would like to, Or if you'd like to take it a step further, there is the option to bring the hands down onto the heels, finding the full expression of our cobra pose. Sorry, camel pose even. It doesn't matter where you are, simply again, in back bends it can be much harder to maintain a conscious breath. So keeping on bringing your awareness back to that. Last breath. If the hands are on the heels, bringing them back to the lower spine, as all together we slowly draw forwards, drawing down, finding our cat pose, and again allowing any movements through the hips or the lower body, whatever feels good for you. Again, coming to that straight little movement, that circular motion through the lower body if you'd like to, just releasing everywhere, letting go a little bit. Feeling the whole body beginning to relax, neutralizing, not holding on to any tension or discomfort, allowing your body to guide you. When we're ready now, we're going to transition to our pigeon pose, which we haven't done together yet in this program. So whether or not you've done this before, just taking it easy, and again, always coming back to yourself, especially as we begin to include back bends into this. On our first inhale, we're going to draw the right knee up to the right wrist. You can stay here with the legs staying vertically, or if you'd like to open that foot out towards the left-hand side, that option is there. As we exhale, drawing the left leg all the way back, hands coming through to center, crown of the head growing tall as we find our pigeon pose. Shoulders relaxing, squeezing the shoulder blades together and focusing on keeping those hips squared forwards, not sinking out to the side. We want to stay upright. If you find you are tilting, just reducing the angle of that foot if it is out. So taking a few moments just to breathe into this, noticing how the body feels here. And on our next inhale, we're going to introduce a very gentle back bend. Again, if you'd rather not, please feel free to stay in just this normal pigeon pose. Or if you're happy to, either keeping the hands where they are, coming onto the fingertips and drawing the head back, or alternatively walking the hands backwards. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And again, focusing on that conscious breath. Holding this for just 2 more breaths now, keep going. Staying tuned into the body, noticing that it's okay. Coming out if you find it isn't. Slowly coming back to center if we're in a bend. And walking the hands forwards as we find our sleeping pigeon pose to counter that. Again, a few options. You can stay on the forearms, on the elbows. You can build little bricks with the hands and rest the forehead there. Or come all the way down, bringing the forehead onto the floor. Again, the focus here is to create a flat back, lengthening as much as you can, finding that lift through the lower stomach like we do in all of our folds, and trying as much as you can to keep the hips forwards, not sinking out to the right hand side. One of my favorite poses, this one. So just taking a few moments wherever you are, breathing deeply, countering that bend, finding that lift, sending your energy to the spine and the muscles that surround it. One more breath here. And slowly coming back up to center, grounding the palms down in their neutral position, tucking the back toes even. As we inhale, we're going to transition to downward dog. So really grounding through the palms and that back foot, lifting up. Inhale, drawing back, planting the right foot on the floor, finding our first downward dog for today, bicycling the knees, lengthening the arms and the spine. A really great neutralizing pose, this one, especially for back bends. Bicycling the knees if you want to. And the option is there to do a little rotation as well. Rocking forwards, finding plank, bending at the knees and pushing back up to downward dog. Helping to flow through the spine and releasing as you need to. Last 2 breaths here. And we'll transition to our left leg pigeon pose from here. So when we're ready, inhale, raising the left leg into the air, 3-legged dog. Exhale, rocking forwards, knee to chest, drawing the left knee down to the left wrist. Again, staying with the foot straight or tilting outwards to the right if you'd prefer. And drawing that right leg backwards, finding our pigeon pose, hands coming through to center, growing tall through the spine, shoulders relaxed. Deep breaths. Allowing the heart center to open here, really drawing the shoulder blades towards each other. Feeling the hips beginning to open. If we'd like to now, we can begin to introduce this back bend. Again, either coming onto the fingertips and drawing the crown of the head backwards, or walking the hands back. Whatever you're most comfortable with. Again, please respect your body, noticing what feels all right and what doesn't. And taking away any expectation or pressure on yourself. And just enjoying this stretch, enjoying the sensation. Conscious breath, continuing to come back to that. Last breath. Slowly supporting yourself back to center as we exhale, walking forwards, finding that release, taking up whatever variation of this sleeping pigeon you find most comfortable, focusing on sending your energy to the spine, releasing. Breathing into this. Try not to tilt to the left, staying central, fully aware of what your body's doing. Last breath here. And slowly coming back up, grounding the palms. Inhale, tucking the back toes, transitioning to downward dog once again. Really pushing through the upper arms, drawing ourselves back. Finding that downward dog position, bicycling the knees, wriggling the hips as you need to. Just releasing the spine, allowing that to be your guide. Two more breaths here. And And slowly, when you're ready, beginning to draw down onto the hands and knees once again, allowing any movements, any release. I would encourage you to do this little circle again. I find it very rejuvenating and relaxing for the muscles that we've used in particular. So just free flowing for a second, neutralizing. And then when you're ready, walking both knees over to the right hand side, drawing the left hip down to the floor and swiveling the legs round to center, coming down to lay on your back, hugging the knees into the chest, and just allowing a few moments to massage the back after those back bends. Really enjoying this time. Feeling free to draw the forehead up between the knees, helping you to deepen this, even bringing the hands around the feet and just working out any discomfort or any stress after those bends. Last few moments here. And slowly drawing the feet down to the mat, bringing the heels as close to the buttocks as possible. Coming to our bridge pose now, a slightly less intense back bend, but still being careful and cautious with how far we take this, especially after the few we've done today. So making sure feet are about hip distance apart, as close to the body as possible, hands grounding down either side of us, shoulders relaxing down. Should be able to hopefully feel your heels or get as close as you can as possible to that position. On our next inhale, grounding through the palms and the feet. As we inhale, lifting the pelvis towards the ceiling, squeezing the buttocks, drawing the knees towards each other, keeping a strong lower body. Making sure we're drawing up onto the shoulders and there's absolutely no pressure on the neck. Keeping the head still, you don't want to move in this position. Squeezing here. Deep breaths, trying not to hold. Really using the hands to help you, really pushing through the fingers. Last breath. Slowly beginning to lower, and again hugging the knees in to counter that. Gently releasing. And we have two options now for the following pose. Again, please don't worry if this second one isn't available to you today. We're either going to come to our legs up the wall pose, so just extending the legs towards the ceiling, pushing the heels away. You can place the hands underneath the buttocks and the pelvis to gain some extra height. And this is a really restorative pose, very good for countering what we've done today. So coming into this position, or if you're comfortable coming into a shoulder stand, feeling free to do that now as well. Bringing the hands to the lower buttocks and slowly drawing yourself up. Extending the feet towards the ceiling. Keeping the elbows in towards each other as much as possible. Making sure, as with bridge, there is no pressure on the neck at all and you don't move the head in the slightest. Whether you're in legs up the wall or shoulder stand, taking this time to just reconnect with the breath. Restorative, rejuvenating poses. Reaping the benefits of inversions here. Last 3 breaths. If we're in shoulder stand, slowly bending the knees towards the face and using the hands to support us, coming back down gently to the floor. And if we're in legs up the wall, just coming down And we're coming to our fish pose now, which is known to counter shoulder stand and also another very gentle back bend. So bringing the hands into a W shape underneath the buttocks, arms lengthened as long as they can get, no bends, bringing them directly under the body if you can. Feet together, pointing the toes. As we inhale, pushing down through the elbows, drawing up onto the crown of the head, opening the heart center, enjoying this very gentle back bend. Again, being sure to keep the neck still. Squeezing the feet and the lower body towards each other, grounding down through the forearms, feeling the chest and the shoulders opening. It's believed we're inhaling 6 times more oxygen here. So just enjoying this time to relax after our practice today. Two more breaths. And slowly, without lifting the head from the floor, rolling back down to center. Releasing the hands from underneath the body as we draw the knees in towards the chest for the final time, allowing a gentle rock side to side. Again, massaging your back in whatever way is most comfortable for you. Really taking time to counter all of these back bends today. Giving yourself a little bit of extra love and care. And just staying in this position, central, and just letting the neck gently draw side to side a few times. Releasing the neck. And slowly coming back to center for our final pose of the day, our happy baby pose. So taking hold either of the feet, or if that's not accessible, just the backs of the legs, widening the knees as much as you can and allowing a gentle rock side to side. Shoulders, spine and upper body remaining on the floor and just enjoying this release. Allowing the floor beneath you to work on all the muscles. Feeling free to close the eyes. And gently guiding the knees together, final rock before coming over to the left hand side, right hand coming over with you as we draw ourselves up to our comfortable seated position. Growing tall through the spine, deep breaths, allowing ourselves to come back to center after our practice today. Feeling free to do any final little neck movements or rolls. Again, connecting with the gratitude that exists within you, allowing it to come forwards and lead you in your life. And on our next inhale, raising the hands into the air, bringing the palms together down at our heart center as we thank ourselves for our practice today. As we inhale for the final time, allowing a gentle bow forwards with the exhale. Namaste. Well, thank you for joining me again. I hope that you enjoyed that. If you find you are in any more discomfort or tightness than usual down the spine, please come back and do some of those rockings again, should that arise, and it should hopefully help. please feel free to contact me if you want any further guidance or advice on this as well. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.